is. Good evening, everybody, and it's time to like and share. Everybody press the heart button and tap the screen, and our numbers go up. Well, you see the little heart on the right, we're under CmdrAleon. As soon as it goes past 0, we start getting the likes here. So everybody like and everybody share. And welcome to another edition of Encounters. It is a Wednesday night. Hey, brother, good to see you, Chesno. Chesno's one of my operators, moderators here. Good to have everybody. Alex, Olvella, thank you already for the gifts. And I haven't even started yet. Kevin, good to see you. User HMS, Christina, Jan R, Jared, good to see you, brother. Brandy, good to see you. And there's something I want everybody to do. I want everybody to call, everybody in the United States. I'm going to have you do something. I was listening on my lunch break to a confirmation hearing in the Senate. And in our state of Connecticut, there's this guy. His name is Senator Blumenthal. He's a U.S. Senator in Connecticut, where I am, and his name is Blumenthal. He was grilling this woman. I guess she's for a nomination for a committee in the new administration. And you know me, I don't care about political people or whatever. But when it comes to TikTok, I want everybody in the U.S., I'm going to give you the number, because that's the kind of transparent kind of commander that I am. I'm going to give you the number tomorrow and every day until the 19th. Let me just get the number here for you. And let's see here. Give me a second here. So I'm going to give his number in Washington. Okay, he's got a phone number in Washington. Let me see if I can get it here. And what I want you to do, because he was grilling this woman, whether she would sustain the ban on TikTok when it's supposed to be banned, and she wasn't committing to answering his question about banning TikTok, which I thought was very telling. So I want to give you his phone number in Washington, D.C. You know, his office at the 706 Hart Senate building, office building in Washington. I'm going to give you Senator Blumenthal's number. I want everybody to write it down. I don't think it's going to be banned either, but we need to keep these earth-based politicians and shake them up a little bit. You know what I mean? So before we get started on Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, this is the phone number I want you to call tomorrow. You know, we have to always be on our toes here, man. We can't just get a little bit laid back and say, oh, it's going to be okay. We got to be who we are. And so the number for Senator Blumenthal's office is 202-224-2823. I want everybody to call his office tomorrow, and they're not going to know, they're going to have their head spinning. They're not going to know, all these people are calling from, who are on TikTok, calling Senator Blumenthal's office, 202-224-2823. It's 202-224-2823. That's U.S. Senator for Connecticut, Blumenthal, who essentially is I don't think I can say it on here, but let's put it this way. He needs to go. I don't like any politicians on any part of the world to begin with, but he needs to go. He originally voted to ban TikTok anyway, and he needs to hear from all of you U.S. folks out there and people in Connecticut. Wherever you are, you need to call his office and tell his people they didn't like what he said about banning TikTok, and that he needs to come out and apologize for his actions, and that Senator Blumenthal needs to get with the ticket, because the people of this world and the people in Connecticut who use TikTok and the people in the United States who use TikTok don't agree with his position. Can't you work with your galactic powers? My galactic powers don't control the whole United States Senate. There's things I can do on here to help people, but we don't have any control of their ridiculous actions. But being still that we are in a human form, we need to have people do this. So I want everybody tomorrow to call Senator Blumenthal's office and let his staff know what you think. And you are watching, tell them you're watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on TikTok, and you want Senator Blumenthal to come out against the ban on TikTok. So he has to repent for his sins. I feel like a preacher now. He needs to repent for his sins, you know. Senator Blumenthal, do you repent for your anti-TikTok sins that you have presented in the Washington, D.C. area at a hearing in a nomination for this woman who did not commit to answering you whether she would ban TikTok or not? Do you commit to repent for your sins there, Mr. Blumenthal? I do have a sense of humor. If you haven't noticed, you know, the revolution will be well, maybe it will be televised. Maybe the cosmic revolution will be televised. You never know, folks. With me, I can be outrageous and I don't care. You see, you know me, if you've watched my show long enough, you know, do I really care? Am I going to be really out there? Yes. Am I going to be busting the matrix? Yes. If I want to go bust a politician like this Blumenthal in Connecticut, you better believe it, Senator Blumenthal, the commander is going to bust your matrix. So you better repent for your sins for being against TikTok. Yes, indeed. And wait till you get hundreds of people in the U.S. calling you from all over the country, telling your staff to tell you to come out publicly against the ban. Yeah, I called him today. As a matter of fact, I called him more than once today. I told his staff members to tell him, I told them my show on TikTok, and I told them, I said, have you gotten a lot of phone calls yet? They didn't know, though, I was going to come on my show tonight and blast Senator Blumenthal and have people call his Washington, D.C. office from all over the United States tomorrow. Everybody. So I'm a person of action. So yeah, I can tell you I called him, and you might not think I did. I did call him this morning. When I was at work, I did call him. I didn't get to talk to him, but I did talk to his staff, and they got the message. You see. Yeah, if you live in Maine, then you need to call those people and blast them too. Anybody in Maine? You need to do that for sure. You know. Oh yeah. You know. The one thing you don't play around with on this planet is people who are trying to tell the truth. And there's a lot of good people on TikTok that do all kinds of creative things, be it archaeology, be it astronomy, be it science, whatever it is that people are into, that's their deal, right? That's their creativity. And the one thing you don't do is suppress creativity. Because you try to suppress a creative person and you're in the government, are you kidding me? If you try to suppress an artist that's creating art, do you think they're going to stop painting? I'm telling you, man, not happening. If you tell a space person on TikTok to stop talking, are they going to stop talking? No. Space person isn't going to stop talking. Starseed's not going to stop talking. We're going to be talking even more. And if you want to light the fire of discontent, you've done it. Because we're ready. We are ready. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Yes, indeed. You better believe it. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. I told you the other night. You know. And those that are going somewhere else, they're doing it in terms of protesting that Red Note app or whatever. I'm not going to any Red Note or Blue Note or Green Note. I'm right here at 11 o'clock at night doing my show, and know that we're not going to let TikTok get banned, because we're going to stand tall, stand strong, and be in our cosmic power. We're going to be in our cosmic power. I'm in my cosmic power. Are you in your cosmic power? I'm in my cosmic power. I hope you're all in your cosmic power before we get really into the show here about the topics that we usually talk to. And I've got some good video to show you tonight too. Yeah, I'm not going to stop showing video. No, 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 no. I don't care if the algorithm doesn't like the videos I'm showing. I'm here to bust the algorithm's matrix, and I am going to show the video for entertainment purposes only, because I got some good video footage tonight. One from one of our viewers. I just loaded the video up about an hour ago on my main page. I made a commentary about it. All right, I'll show that video tonight. I'm going to also show this other video from Amelia County in Virginia, not West Virginia, Virginia. When you see this video, I'm going to give you my analysis of the video. I'm going to tell you what I think about the video. And it's a real video. It's not just any video. It's pretty phenomenal. And when you see the objects, the two objects, and then a third one pop up, you're going to either think it's a large spaceship or more than 2 or 3 craft that are separate. When you see the video later, soon, you're going to tell me what you think about it. Okay? And we're going to do this, because that's what we're here to do. Now, I also understand that shortly Stephen Greer is about to, there's supposed to be this disclosure coming from some people that Dr. Greer is in contact with, right? And like the next 72 hours, or I don't know when that exactly is specifically. Okay? You know, now I'm telling you, I have a wait and see attitude with Dr. Greer and what he's talking about, and we take everything one day at a time. So I'm not so sure I'm going to jump on any bandwagons. I haven't yet, but I am watching all information. That's what I do. I look at everything. I'm looking at it. It doesn't mean that I necessarily agree that he's going to tell us the truth. You know, he hints at certain things. You know, instead of hinting at certain things, you know, we haven't had any disclosure yet. The disclosure he's talking about, when is that disclosure supposed to happen? And if it does happen, what kind of disclosure is that disclosure? Okay? Anybody have any ideas what they think that disclosure is going to be? Frankly, until he shows us and these people come forward and spill the beans, we have absolutely no disclosure from Dr. Greer's group. And again, I'm not totally anti Dr. Stephen Greer. I think he, over the years, has done some interesting things. And I'm taking a wait and see attitude. A wait and see attitude is one where, with my background, I don't just jump in the bowl there. Excuse me. I still have a lot of apple cider, so I had to take a drink. Don't worry, TikTok. I didn't drink alcohol. It's apple cider. That I can guarantee you. So we're going to see what happens between now and this disclosure that's supposed to happen, I guess, towards the 19th. You know? Let me put it this way. I mean, let's really get into it here, right? Since I'm all amped up here. Samuel, thank you for the subscription. Yeah. So let me put it this way. The space people, the real space people, the ones that are the good ones, I don't know which ones he's dealing with, whether what their vibrational levels are, who he's been in contact with in terms of extraterrestrial intelligence. I really have no idea. I mean, supposedly he's met some of these beings that he talks about. I can tell you the space beings we talk about on here on this show, and we talk about a lot of them, the space people that we talk about here on Encounters, and we've been doing this for over 3 years to talk about them, are the complete human spiritual beings of light. These are men and women. They look like us. Now, there are people out there that are theorizing what the extraterrestrial looks like. I don't have to theorize what the extraterrestrial look like. I don't theorize at all. I have not heard Dr. Greer's comments on the Zeta. I have not heard anything about it, so I can't comment on his opinion about Zeta because I've not listened to him. I got to tell you, I don't really listen to a lot of Greer all the time. If it's something important about disclosure, where he supposedly has a grouping of people in Washington that have been basically quiet and are now going to tell us something that we don't know. I don't know if the Greys, I don't know if the Zeta are mechanical. I don't know if that's completely true. I think there probably are mechanical, created lower vibrational beings. Let's see, someone says here, Mistress says he never commented on Zeta or Greys. So, all right. And I've never seen him make a comment about Zeta or Greys either. So no. And Mistress says, I've seen every documentary on him and every interview. So if Mistress has watched every single interview and he's never said anything about Zeta, then I would suppose at this point that he's never said anything about Zeta. Have you encountered the archons or logos through word beings? Black got out. Can you tell us what that is? What is that? Have you encountered any archons or logos thought word beings? I've never heard of that before. Diane, I'm not worried about backing up anything. I'm here for the long term. I'm here to fight the fight. And, there's a mix. The people, the fear-based stuff that they're leaving TikTok and going somewhere else, the commander and this show is going to be here. My Ashtar Command channel on YouTube is for where I put my shows when I record them here. But we are going to be on TikTok. TikTok's not going to get banned. The Supreme Court, by the way, today was supposed to make a motion, and they have not made a motion yet, which is a good thing, which means that they're probably watching the revolution on TikTok that's going on with people all over the United States that are standing up and saying, we're not going to have it. And I don't think TikTok's going to get banned, but you have to be diligent. You have to be busting the matrix, and I'm not going anywhere. So to answer your question, Diane, I will be right here for you. I'll be here at 11 o'clock at night, and we're going to do the disclosure thing. We're going to talk about people's encounters. We're going to talk about people's visitations. We're going to get into all that stuff, the pyramids, all the things that we like to talk about here. We will be able to do that because I'm not going anywhere. So you can feel at peace, and that's a good thing. Black Guide Out says, archons are thought form, logos are ideas in word form. Interesting. Thank you for describing that. I've never heard of those things before, nor those kinds of intelligences. So I appreciate it. Literally in the form of beings as waves. So they can be like a wave energy form of intelligence. Interesting. Okay, so Maria Sanchez says Biden announced TikTok is not being banned. Maria Sanchez, I've not heard that. Okay, I didn't hear that, but if that's what he said. A guy caught a UAP during a TikTok live stream other day, flew past the moon. I heard about that. I heard about that 9645. I think I saw the video somewhere. I'll have to check that out. If he recorded it, hopefully. Hey, Bonnie Ellis. Let's see here. Wave the Force. It was just on the news. Okay, Maria Sanchez, it was just on the news that Biden is not going to ban TikTok. Is this true, everybody? On what channel? What news station? What's the source of that information? NBC, CBS? And, okay, now you heard that extended for 200 days. Where is that coming from? Article on a feed yesterday. NBC News. Well, later on, I'm going to look at some of the recorded news channels and see if the MSNBC said this, NBC said this. It was NBC. Because he made a speech today when I was at work, and I have no idea what he was talking about, and I frankly wasn't paying attention. He made an announcement in his farewell speech that he will not ban TikTok, correct? All right, we'll get to the truth here somehow. We'll see. I'm going to have to do some research. Hey, God is love. Good to see you. I'm getting a lot of mixed commentary about what he said. Let's see here. And one of my top viewers, let me see who we got here. And again, you have to be over 18 to come on live. No kids on the show, no smoking on the show, no vaping, no drunks on the show, no drinking, no paranormal discussion, no politics, no religion. And we'll see who this person is here. Getting deeper into the show tonight. Tara, hey, Tara.
Hello, good sir. How are you?
We're doing good. How you doing?
I'm okay. I just did a quick search and it said that TikTok shouldn't go dark on Sunday. And they're looking for ways to maneuver the ban. That's all it said.
Yeah. So we don't. So there's really there's nothing that is definitive yet in terms of an official statement.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. I knew there wasn't any official statement yet.
But maybe you're right. Because you're always right about everything. So.
All I do know is I want everyone to call Senator Blumenthal's office, no matter whether you're in Connecticut or not, and we'll give that number out. Everybody, I want all his young ones in that office, and they're very nice people, by the way, to tell them that they want Senator Blumenthal of Connecticut to come out against the ban on TikTok before the 19th.
Actually, call everybody. Call your local senators as well.
Call your local senators that represent whatever state you guys or gals are in. Find out what just all you have to do is Google search it. Just say U.S. House, U.S. Senate for the state of Idaho, whatever state you're in. Call their offices too while you're at it. If you got some time during the day tomorrow, call everybody.
Yep.
Let's have a party. Call every U.S. senator and tell them everyone. And when you're doing it, make sure you're drinking local apple cider when you do it. Make sure you're drinking local apple cider.
I love Spicy Commander. Spicy Commander is my favorite.
Now, if you don't have enough apple cider, go to your local market and see if they have apple cider refrigerated and bring it home, and then make the phone calls.
I drink bubble tea, so I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
I'll be drinking my bubble tea, and you can drink your cider.
There you go. I think we have a deal.
All right, honey. Good to see you. Thank you for letting me up.
Same here. Thanks for having you with us, Tara. We'll bring you down very quietly here. And we appreciate Tara. And we appreciate, I've got to tell you, you're the best TV audience in the whole United States and the whole world. You are the best people in the world. Best people, really. All the new people, you're the best. All the people that have been watching me for 3 years, you're the best. You know a good show when you see one, and a good talk show host. So we appreciate all of you. And the thing is, my personality hasn't gone egotistical since I first got on TikTok. I'm still the same person. Go figure. I can still be the same human being I was when I got here. Wow, that's pretty amazing. And I can still treat people like they're real people. Wow. I never want to get a big ego. If that ever happens, I'm going to have to get a rubber hammer and hit myself in the head. Just kidding. Or take a whole gallon of apple cider and spill it on me to wake me up. That would be weird. Anyway, now I forgot what I was talking about. Thank you very much. Thank you, Plain Rainbow. Thank you, Claudia. I can only be as good as you are. We reflect back what we are to each other, you know? Greetings, Craigie B. Good to see you. The Jeweled Heart. I hope you're eating those mushrooms and some apple cider. Okay, enough of the apple cider. I've got a glass of it here. So I really do think that we have some really major things happening around the planet. I was looking at a video earlier. Again, these they call these live cams over the water in New Jersey. They have live cams all over the place. Like if you go to a major port, it could be in South America, it could be in Europe. They have the thing called live cams, and these cams record what it sees without any limitation over the water or what have you. So just I guess the other night, this person was looking at one of the live cams through Google, and it showed this object coming from the distance over the Atlantic near the coast of New Jersey on one of these cams, and then it starts turning and getting really bright like a blue color, and it took off and disappeared going over the landmass. It was pretty wild, you know, pretty wild. I think we're going to see an uptick, whatever, in non-terrestrial activity. I think you're going to start seeing. I think there was a little bit of a lull, or there was a suppression of the footage on social media. But I do think right now you're going to start seeing people recording stuff. You should start seeing more posts on TikTok of people now recording things, and I've been noticing more increased sightings being recorded again. You know, so I think you saw a huge orb yesterday, Tara. Interesting. Hey, Casey, good to see you. Cassie. Hey, Craigie B, welcome back. Kaz, welcome. So I think we're going to see an increase now as the weeks and days go by, a lot more of these objects showing themselves in our skies. It seemed like we had a lull for about a week, maybe a week and a half. But that also could have been because the media was censoring, and even social media was censoring some of these people that were trying to show these videos. TLC, my profile pic is an orb I saw. Interesting, TLC. You know, when you see something and you actually could document it and put it on your profile, that's pretty cool. I have some recordings from last week. Alicia Ray. We're going to bring Alicia Ray up here. Alicia Ray, I do see you. I'd like to talk to you about your sightings. Alicia Ray, you're going to be our first. You're going to be our second guest on here, kind of. If you come up, Alicia, we'll have you on here. We'd love to have you on the show. I'm CmdrAleon, the host of Encounters, and you're watching Encounters. We'll be here till 1 a.m. for 2 hours, a 2-hour show every night, usually about 11 o'clock. And we love talking to people. Thank you for the gift. We appreciate it. Tommy, thanks so much, brother. Hey, Alicia, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
It's really nice to have you on here. And whereabouts are you located?
I'm in California.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the northern
Oh, good.
California.
You're not
Yeah.
where all the fires are and all that jazz. Okay, I
Yep.
got you. So
That's
tell us
exactly
about.
where I'm at.
Yeah, I
Good.
got you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, really. So
for real.
tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in all this, and what's happening out there with all this activity with the UFO and everything.
Well, I've always been involved, like just interested. I started seeing things just kind of like scrolling around on TikTok, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." I've always looked up. A lot of people actually don't even bother to look up at the skies, and so I'm not that type of person. I'm always kind of just keeping a lookout, and it's an interest of mine. So I always like to just kind of see what's out there. But so what happened was, well, I have some recordings of just like these like lights flashing. And so, when you're trying to take video from your phone, especially if it's dark, I live in a really dark kind of area. It's really dark at night.
Yeah,
So it's kind of hard to see, but I got some starting at maybe 5:30 my time. And
5:30,
then
and they.
I recorded a little bit later. And what I've
Yeah,
noticed is it usually those drones are kind of where the orbs are.
really. What do
Yes,
you think
that's what
that
I've
is? I've noticed
noticed.
that too. I've noticed that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
They're like two
So,
separate things going on here. What do you think
yes.
that's all about?
Yeah. So, well, I think what's happening is the drones are just kind of keeping an eye on the orbs because they probably have no idea what's going on. I heard they were from, I don't know, here and maybe China or something. I'm not quite sure. But I do have video of the drones because the first night that I saw it was last Thursday.
Yeah.
And I saw quite a few drones and quite a few orbs. I saw something that looked
Wow.
like a shooting star, but I know that it was not a shooting star. I have recordings of like these orb type things sort of flashing. And people are saying you can actually talk to them, and which I believe is true. So,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
could
Now
say,
I'm on your page right now,
yeah,
and I do
I have a
see.
couple. Yeah, do you see it? I forgot that I actually posted it because
Yeah,
I
you
don't I
posted.
don't come on here a bunch, but yeah.
Well, that and it's a good thing I got my iPad here.
Yeah.
So there's one from 3 days ago. Looks like, is
Yeah.
that a nighttime sighting?
Is I think I did a daytime one and then I
Yeah.
did one at night, but I didn't do the drone one. But I probably should have because I think people are getting them sort of intermixed and they're not.
Well, I like this one. This is showing
Yeah.
like a circular orb. You're showing the
Yeah.
moon, and then below that is the orb.
Exactly. And I kind of zoom in and out also
Yeah,
on one of them just to give a view of what it looks like from where I'm standing. And then I
yeah.
kind of zoom in just to go, okay, well that's, so you can sort of see a realistic view of what I saw.
Oh, you got a really beautiful one here from six
Yeah.
days ago. It's like a bluish colored orb.
Yeah. It's very interesting. And so I kind of gave it a break for a few days, went back out. I'm seeing similar things. Again, it's really hard with the phone. So I wish I had, a little bit
What? Well, you did pretty
better.
good. Can since I've got one of your videos here,
Yeah,
can we show one of your videos to our audience?
absolutely. Sure.
See, that's the beauty. When I have guests on, I can get the video on their page and we can show it. So let me just do this here. We're going to show Alicia's video from Northern California. Give me a second to adjust everything here. I'm going to flip my camera. And this is for entertainment purposes only. So the TikTok algorithm, leave me alone, please. The algorithm doesn't like when I do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Let me just do this here. All right. Now here's the video. And whereabouts in California? Northern, right?
Yep.
Okay. Check this out. We're going to do it right now. And explain to us what we're looking at here.
Yeah. So that was me sort of zooming in on it. Just I thought it was unusual. It was flashing. So what I saw from my house, it was kind of brighter than a star. It was really
Yeah.
bright. It was like
Yeah.
you can see there, and that's my neighbor's house right there.
Okay. So you're looking
And
at your
then
neighbor's house,
so
and then there's the orb, the
right,
round
so there
thing.
it is. And then so
Yeah.
what? If I can remember what video you have, because I have a few on my
It's from
phone.
well,
But
it's from 6 days ago. I know that.
yeah, okay. I have another one. I wonder if I posted it where there was
There's
one
another.
that kind of showed up out of nowhere as well. So
Really?
there was like three. I didn't know there was three because it's so dark out. You don't even know what you're
Wow.
filming, right? So
Yeah.
there's one, but I'll have to post a couple more.
Yeah, I'll post it. This one's amazing, though. You can see
Yeah.
that this is absolutely an orb. This is a multicolored orb. The drones, I think, are our government. The
Oh
orbs,
yeah.
they're what I think our government's watching these orbs that are
Yes.
higher
That's what I think.
vibrational
Yep.
energies.
Exactly. That's what I think too, because the first time I saw them, there was
Yeah,
a lot of drones, and there's never activity in my neighborhood where I live. There's
yeah,
nothing going on, and so it was very unusual to have anything in the
yeah.
skies at all. And
And
then
we,
so there
will
was
you
a lot of
w-
planes, not planes, but those
now?
drones.
Where you
Yeah.
and where you live? Is it a more countryish area in Northern
Yeah.
California?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let me take people to one of the other videos. Give me 1 second
Yeah.
here. You have another video here. This is one of her videos from 6 days ago. We're going to show you another one of her videos. And this one here is during the day. It also is an orb. So let's take a look at this. This was from 3 days ago. Let me take a look here. This is from 3 days ago. Watch this. I've got it running right now. Was this during nighttime or daytime?
Oh, that is so hard to see from my I think that might be
I'll just bring it up close to the camera
good
here.
question.
Look at that.
I'm like,
That's
which one
cool.
did I post? I do have something from the daytime, and then I have.
And is that that's the moon, right?
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, that must be.
Okay, so the moon, and then the orb was right below that area. There's the orb. That's the orb right there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I got quite a few on that day. I got quite a few recordings on that day. So I have to actually just post a couple more because they're quite.
Now, Michelle, I want you to post as much as you can. You got some great stuff. And you have one other video here. This one here is nighttime, and we're going to show this. And your title is "They're Back," and this is from 3 days ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that one. I mean, I've been recording so much.
Here's her other video, folks.
Yeah.
Check this out. So she's documenting all these orbs in Northern California. You're watching encounters.
There we go. See, it's kind of flashing, right? And then
look at that. Yeah, look at it. It's moving too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the one on the bottom kind of show up out of nowhere?
Is it in this video?
You'll have to do it again, and then
I will.
you'll see.
I will.
Yeah, it's kind of you'll miss it, but like I said, it's so dark out there that sometimes you can't really tell what you're filming.
When your video gets to the end, it'll repeat itself, so we'll get to see it. So you're saying there's another orb that comes out of nowhere?
Yeah, there was a lot of activity that night.
What's the end of the video? Let's see. You're watching Encounters for Entertainment Purposes Only. I guess it's Alicia. It's now playing again. Now we're going to see another one come out.
Sort of look towards the bottom, and then you'll see kind of a flash.
There's the.
If this is the one I'm talking about, let's see.
Oh, there's two of them.
Did you see that? Yeah.
Yeah, there was a second one that came out. Another orb.
Yeah, exactly.
Did everyone see that? The second one came out and then it disappeared.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with a vibrational pattern.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened again. Yeah.
I'm going to turn the light back on here so we can see what we're doing. You're watching Encounters, and let me just get this back on here. Okay. That's really amazing.
Yeah, very cool. I felt very special, to be honest.
I would think you would. That was quite amazing to see that. I'm bringing the other light back on here. That is from Northern California. 3 distinctly different videos. 2 of them were done 3 days ago, and one was from 6 days ago. So that's pretty amazing footage. And I think you're onto something. And this is the kind of stuff that is important to do. When I show like mine, I've just decided to do like video segments during the show and show actual real footage from the last few days from people. It could be 24 hours ago. And when this is going to be a clearinghouse for real UFO footage from all over the world and all over the country. So I appreciate your footage, Alicia. It's great.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. I mean, eventually everyone's going to see them. I think it's just going to continue. It's going to happen more and more and be more obvious. So, yeah,
absolutely. Alicia, everybody, thank her. And when you have more video footage that you're recording, I have a feeling you're going to get more close-up footage. And I think the dynamics of sightings are going to change. I think you're going to get not just orbs, but you're going to get larger craft that are non-terrestrial. I think eventually they know you're recording them. I think they're testing to see how much you're how much you are willing to go through to
Yep.
record what they want to show you. And I think
Yep.
those craft came from a mothership.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. They know I'm
Yeah.
excited and I'm really
Yeah.
open to it. So, yeah.
Hmm. I want to thank you again, Alicia. Alicia's been our
Thank
guest in
you.
Northern California here in the U.S. Thank you for your footage. And every piece of footage adds to the puzzle of what we're having. See here, I've got some excellent footage. Kev Don has a video that I'm going to show you. He videotaped it inside a screened area, but you can see this huge object that is pulsating in a place called NEPA. I don't know if that's in California. I didn't get where it's located. Maybe he'll be on tonight. But yeah, it was very, very interesting. Hey, thanks, Alicia.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to bring Alicia down and thank her for her footage, which we got to show you here. You're watching Encounters. There's a lot going on. And like I said, I think the sightings are going to increase. Of course, they're going to increase. They're not going to go down. Now the question is, I know it's happening, Rupert, all over the world. But I show video footage if I get it from Europe. I want to show it if you know somebody in Scandinavia, in Denmark, or anybody in Germany or wherever you are. If you've got some footage and you're posting it here on TikTok, let me know what your TikTok name is. I will take a look at your footage and we can talk about it. And I'm happy to do it. Hey, living on the level, how you doing? It's been a while. Yes, we're definitely here doing the show. Good to have you with us. Michelle, welcome. UK is very active. And Leslie, I do know that. I'd love to get some UK people with good footage to join me on the show and give me if they're uploading it on here, I will do as I do with Alicia. We'll be able to document and show some of the footage on the show here, and that person in the UK could talk about their footage. And that goes for anybody anywhere in the world. I have footage on mine. Love you to see it. Beanpool. Let me see. Beanpole. Okay, Beanpole. I'm going to check your channel out. And maybe Beanpole we can bring up here. Let me just do this here. I'm going to my main thing here. It's Beanpool. Okay, hold on. Let's take a look here. Beanpole. I'm sorry. I keep saying pool. Beanpole 91. Ah, I found you. Beanpole, Houston, Texas. Okay. So I do see, let me see what kind of videos we got here. You've got a lot of video footage here. Let's see. And I see one here from 1/3/2024. And let me see what this is. Beanpole. We'll bring you up here on the show. And we can do a little bit of an interview with you here. And if you can come on camera, that'd be great. Oh, now I got my cat here. She's hanging out. Her name is Missy, but I think she just wants to say hello. But anyway, let me bring. You got to be over 18. No kids on the show. No smoking. No vaping. No drugs. No politics. No religion. And no paranormal discussion. Beanpole, I think it is. You're welcome to come on here with us. And I am looking at your page, and there's some interesting orb videos here too that I see. So if you'd like to come up, I'm looking at some of the video. We'd love you to maybe narrate some of your footage that you've been recording. That'd be kind of cool. I sent them the invite. Let me see what we got in the. Hey, Kev Don. We'll bring Kev Don out because I saw his videos. Hey, Kev Don, how you doing?
Hey, Commander, how are you, buddy?
I just looked at your videos earlier tonight, and I actually want to show it, but it's great you're here. You recorded that video, correct?
So my friend and I, who work together, we started seeing all these orbs and drones and such. My
Yeah.
buddy is a little more active at it than I am. I don't have really much time, but
Yeah.
that recording is from one of my friends, and it's in Northeast Pennsylvania. That's NEPA. So we're in like
Nipa.
Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area. You know, you're familiar with that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely familiar with
Yeah,
that.
that's where we're located. So he recorded that from his bedroom window on the 13th and send it to me. And then I have three others that I put on my TikTok today that I'd like you to take a look at. They're really awesome, but a lot of
Now
activity here.
I do see two others in Pennsylvania. Are these the same objects or different?
Different. No, they're different, but they're really cool. The one moves around at an erratic speed, and it's just crazy. But the history of our area, we have Berwick Nuclear Power Plant locally here. So I don't
Oh
know if
really?
that has something to do with it. There's also a lot of like ammunitions that make bullets and stuff for the government. So there's a lot of that around here.
Yeah.
But there's tons
Well,
and tons of these orbs and drones around lately.
well, right now, you know that a lot of the space people and their non-man orbs are going over bases in England, Air Force bases with nuclear, and even in the U.S. nuclear facilities, be it a power plant or whatever. They're
Right.
concerned about what we're doing with all this stuff right now.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, I was trying to put
now,
it together as to why there's so many around here. And I was like, well,
yeah.
we do have a power plant, nuclear power plant, not too far from here, like 30, 40
See,
miles, not even.
there you go. That's a key reason that they look at that as the same thing as a nuclear weapon. The space people,
Right.
they don't like that stuff. They think that that's dangerous, and they're right. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that's why you're seeing in New Jersey and all over the world, even at Air Force bases, people have seen these unmanned orbs over the RAF bases over in England and the UK too, and other places, Russia.
Yeah. But, tons and tons of activity around here.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this video. This is a video your friend recorded. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah. So what
And
he told me that you couldn't even see it. It was cloaked until you see it blinking. He said it looked like a cloud. It was just a cloud. And then he noticed it was blinking and he was like, wait, what?
and he recorded it behind a screen of some
Right.
sort. He was
Yeah, it looks like a grid, but it's behind the screen.
It's behind a screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see here. And my cat's meowing here. Her name is Missy. Missy, where are you? She'll go to sleep in a few minutes.
Looking for some attention.
Yeah, she always does. So
Yep.
let me switch over the camera here so we can do this. This is great. This, folks, you're going to love this. This is really important footage. And we want to show it to you here. Okay, well, that's not what I want to do. You're seeing me, not the footage. Wait a minute. I'm not that important at the moment. Let me flip the camera. Okay, now we got it. Here we go. Here's the footage. I'll start all over in a minute. You're going to see Kev Don's friend is recording this behind a screen. This is for entertainment purposes only. So the object is pretty big, and it is cloaked in the clouds. You can see the cloakedness. This thing is huge. It's very circular. I observed it. I kept watching it to get a better understanding of the footage. But you can see it's absolutely perfect in a circle.
And it's really close to his house. I mean, it was so close.
Yeah, the thing was actually amazing if you look at it. And again, when you're seeing the squares, that's just because his friend was recording it behind a screen, looking out to the sky.
Yeah,
Look at
once
that.
you notice like the light go out, you can't even see that it's there. He said it was like a
Yeah.
green cloud.
Yeah, no, if it wasn't blinking, you'd think there was nothing there.
Right.
It's almost like it decloaked while it was blinking. It's energy.
Yep.
Let's see. We're almost at the end of that video. We're going to go back in a minute to the light.
Yeah, and then there's two others if you wanted to. They're like 30 seconds. Really good ones.
I'm going to go to those two. Let me as we're in a mini break here, let's see. We're going to go to this one here, which I thought was amazing. And this was from Pennsylvania too.
Yeah, same place. Same place.
And this is here. We're going to see this right now. This is, can you describe this particular video?
Well, it's right above the Susquehanna River, right there. That little, it's like a dike that he was behind. And right below that orb is the river. And he said that they're all along the river. They follow the river up and down.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why do you think they're going up and down the river?
I honestly don't know. If you go up north, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport is up that way. If you go to the right, south is the Berg Power Plant.
Wow. Well, obviously they're concerned with what's happening in that area.
And then if you look at the final one that he has on there, the thing goes at abnormal speed. It goes. I don't know
I'm
if
just
he notices that he's looking at it, or
Oh, they probably do. The intelligences operating that ship probably are very aware of your friend.
yeah.
Look at the colors on this thing. Look, when you
And it's
look at the
so
colors,
close,
everybody, look at
Commander.
that.
It's so close to him.
Oh wow! Take a look. Let's see. My cat is somewhere here. Oh, hey, what's going on there, baby? I'm talking to the cat, folks. You got to do that once in a while. Let me go back to this. We're going to go to the other video.
Yep. And there's one more. And the speed of this thing, I said to him, I think it knows that you're trying to record it because it just goes crazy.
And look, this is the third video. This is the other video.
Yeah, you see how fast it's going?
Yeah, he's trying to keep up with it in the camera. Look at this. This is all and this is all in Pennsylvania. For
Yeah.
people around the world, what part of Pennsylvania would this be considered for people in Europe or other countries?
It's northeast Pennsylvania, northern part.
Okay. Look at that. Look how fast it's going.
And then it starts zipping around right here after I said it. I think it noticed that you're trying to record it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look at that. It's zipping back and forth.
Like
He's
nothing
trying to
moves
keep.
that fast.
He's trying to get his camera to keep up with it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But he has tons and tons more. He's on TikTok. I think it's under Tommy
Okay.
on TikTok, but he must
Tommy,
have over 100 videos. Like there's tons
you,
and tons of
you,
activity here.
you need to invite your friend on to my show.
I can do that. I think he's on here right now, actually.
He is.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Let
is.
me do this here.
Can I share the live, right?
Yeah, you can share the live. Yeah, of course you can.
So let me see. I'll hit the arrow. Yeah, here he is. He's on. All right, I'll share it
is.
right now. Send.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
there.
to. I'm going back on my screen here with
Okay.
Here we go. All right. So, Alicia in Northern California had some terrific stuff to show there. In Pennsylvania, we're getting reports in Pennsylvania. So now, as we continue on in the third year of the show, I'm going to bust the matrix even more in the subject. I want to see these videos. I'll tell you, there's more people on TikTok who are recording and documenting everything from non-terrestrial spaceships to orbs all over the place. And if all those people become more aware that they can come here and it's a safe place, and we're going to be the ones creating disclosure because we're showing you video content of things that are happening where people are around the world. That is disclosure, folks. This is what I talk about.
Like
What
you
Kev
always
Dunn
say,
and our-
Commander, the real deal.
Yeah.
This is the real deal.
Yeah, like Kev Don's friend doing, like Kev Don has an interest in the subject. He hangs out with his friend. He gets to see this stuff. This is what it's all about. And that's why it's so important to me when I might kid around once in a while on my show and I have a sense of humor. When it comes to the subject itself, we have to be resilient, and we have to, as a media person for many years, my job is to tell you the truth. And if I don't do my job, then I'm not doing the right thing at all. But
So before you drop me down, I have one more story for you. So
yeah,
about
go
a
ahead.
week ago, we got out of work early. He was going to go to the dike there by the river and record. It was about 8:30 at night. He said he was walking along the dike. He said there was about 20 of those orbs, like the bright ones,
Yeah.
and some drones. And I said, well, did you get it? Did you record it? And the hairs on my neck stood up when he told me the story. He said, just listen. He said, I'm telling you the truth. He said, I walked up on the dike. He said, they were there. He said, all at once, they were going north and south. They turned towards him, every single one of them, 20 of them, turned directly
God.
towards him. He said he started shaking. He couldn't even pull out his phone to record because he didn't want to make any sudden movements. He didn't even know what was going on, but all of them, like on command, faced him. And then he said he kindly, quietly walked away like he wasn't there, and then he ran to his house. But that just shows the intelligence or cameras on something. But they knew he was
intelligence.
there. Yeah,
intelligence.
Yeah, they knew he was there.
He needs to you need to be with him the next time he goes out there.
Yeah.
And I would suggest you be with him. If he sees 20 of them, don't be afraid, because the orbs are not your enemy. The orbs are coming from the positive level. It's
Right.
the drones that are not there for the right purposes.
Got ya.
And yeah,
He was just
so
shocked that they all on at once, all of them
here he
just
is.
turned.
T. I'm going to bring him up right now. Actually,
Yeah, there he is.
He
Yep.
has 6 followers now. We have to get him more followers. But let me see if I can bring him up. This is really weird. If TikTok lets me,
Yeah,
I'm
there
able
he
to bring
is.
him up.
There
he
he
only
is.
has 6 followers, but we can have him on audio. So that's
Whoa.
good. Hey,
That's
how you
Tom.
doing?
Tom.
Tom, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And man, I've heard you've done some amazing things. Just talking about the 20 orbs that were over the river.
Yeah, that one was insane. I was actually scared.
No,
I
I
just
can
told him
imagine
about
your
the
body.
story that the ones that they turned and looked at you, that one, that's the story
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
that
told
was
him.
on Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. I thought it was
Yeah, we
last week.
got out of work at 5. I went home. I told them I was going because I said that I
Yeah.
saw them over the river, but not a lot. But when I got down the pike, I saw like 1 or 2 here and there, like usual. I recorded them on my way there. As soon as I got to where before Market Street Bridge is, I
Yeah.
walked down the hill and I just looked, and I was like, as I looked, they were all there, just going north and south, and then all of a sudden, they all just came together and turned towards me, and I was like, I felt like I was gonna get killed. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's the fear of the mind that created it. So
Yeah.
someone's saying, were they coming from the eastern sky? I'm not sure what that means. Hey, Rainbow
So
Rivers.
I've been following these for a while. They
Yeah,
come and go where the sun rises. They come from that
really?
way and then they go back that way. Yes, I've been following their patterns and everything. I'm out recording these things every night.
Right, right. So this is something I want to get Kev to be with you, so you're not go running into your house and get scared. I don't. And the ones that were turning toward you, these were the orbs, correct?
No, they were the drones. The orbs.
Oh, for the drones.
They're always stationary. I'm always just recording them.
Okay.
I'm not worried
The
about
drones, yeah, I would definitely go in the house if it's the drones.
that. Yeah,
I
it's
don't
the
trust.
drones that
I
got
think
me, not the orbs.
I think so. Do you think the drones are part of our government operations? What do you think about that versus the orb? I mean, we know the orbs are definitely not us,
Yeah, the
but the drones.
drones are definitely man-made by. I don't know if they're exactly ours, U.S., or if they're China, Russia. I'd like to
Yeah,
think that if they were China or Russia, we'd probably be dead already.
no, they're definitely ours.
Yeah.
I think our government has these things out there. I think those drones are trying to observe the orbs that you're recording.
Right.
Uh, I think, yeah. So I've come to a conclusion after all these things with the drones that the drones are definitely ours, and the orbs are totally on the good side
And
of
then,
things.
hey,
Like the
Tom, tell him about the story from the other night on break when you saw like the electric wire connecting the 2 orbs or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, this was just yesterday. I was outside. I went outside on break. I always see them on break there, but this time, this is the first time I ever saw anything like it. There was 2 drones directly above each other.
Yeah,
There was a big orb. They were going towards it, but these
yeah,
drones were connected by like some glowing wire.
really,
Yeah, it was insane. And as soon as I pulled my phone out, the
yeah.
drones were already like by the clouds. I couldn't even see them anymore.
Now they were trying to go towards the orb. Was the orb bigger than the drone?
Uh, I couldn't tell from a distance, but because they were still a decent amount away, but I would say the orb was bigger.
Yeah. And I've noticed that some of these drones try to chase these orbs. I've seen it on various videos around the world, but they can't catch the orbs. The orbs are pretty quick.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that, but I always noticed that like these orbs seem to be setting up. Like I told Kev this that it almost feels like they're setting up to look like stars, like they're in like the Big Dipper formation, the Little Dipper,
Yeah,
but they're
yeah.
everywhere. Yeah, like they're always together in like spot. Like, they're always shaped like that. Like they're always in
Wow.
formations like that. It's so weird.
Yeah, and we need to make sure everybody follows you. Let me see here. You have 26 followers now. Everybody follow Tom. I want everybody in my audience to follow Tom and get him up to a couple hundred. That's really important to do. But I think it's great you're on here with us on the number one
also,
UFO
Commander,
show.
once you drop us down and you get a little time, go to his page, and he has tons of videos on there of all the stuff.
Yeah.
I'll start posting all the videos on here. I just been keeping them and sending them to my friends and stuff. Because everybody I talk to about this stuff does not care.
I'm actually going to I'm going to go to your page while we're on here live.
I only have like 2 videos on there. I'll post more though.
Oh, you post more?
Yeah, I'll post all the ones I have.
Yeah, post all the good stuff and let me know, and we'll do a narration and we can show some of the video footage. I'll wait till you got that together.
All right.
That sounds like a good idea.
Thanks,
Tom,
Commander.
Thanks for coming up here.
Yeah, no
Appreciate it.
Okay, yeah, and Kev, thank you. I appreciate you and your friend.
Yep.
You guys are doing some good stuff out there in Pennsylvania. Keep us updated.
We'll be
things
watching.
Increase. Absolutely. Kev Don, everybody, and his friend Tom in Pennsylvania, who's documenting the orbs and also these drones. Let me
thank you, buddy.
Here.
Appreciate it. Have a good night,
anytime.
Commander.
You too.
Right, thank you.
And Tom, thank you so much. I appreciate you for the first time coming up here. You're watching Encounters, the late night. I'm going to show you a video, folks, here now. I've got a video you need to see. And we're going to show you some more footage here. Let me get to where it is here. Hold on a minute. I'm going to show you this footage. This comes from Amelia County in Virginia. And this was from January the 14th at 6:21 p.m. I want you to see this video. My feeling is I'm thinking it's one ship, and then the third light of this big ship goes on. This is a country area in Pennsylvania. It's not near, like a city or Washington. It's all the way out in the boonies. I want you to see this video. I want to show you this footage, and you're going to see this. So don't worry about TikTok. We're all going to be here, and I'm going to show you this footage in a minute here. Let me do this here. Whoops. I'm going to try here. Ashtar spaceship news footage from Amelia, Virginia. And let's go here and flip the camera. Okay. Here's the footage I'm going to show you right here. Take a look at this. They zoomed out. There are two lights here. Watch the lights. This is a country area. This is in Amelia County, Virginia. I'm going to let you watch the whole footage again. You're going to see the first thing you're going to see here, everybody. This is for entertainment purposes only. Ashtar spaceship news. You're going to see the three lights. They really zoomed in quite a bit, and they'll zoom out. Then you're going to see the two lights. So when it starts the video, there's only two lights, right? Watch what happens. Watch what happens. The third light pops in. Look at that. Now, the question is for everybody watching this, are we looking at one spaceship over this country area, or are we looking at three individual spacecraft? Are we looking at one or three? And again, I just want to get people's ideas. No answer is a wrong answer. Here's the two lights, like equally apart. Bam, the third light goes on. The third light goes on. I'm coming to a conclusion that it's one large spaceship over this country area in Amelia, Virginia, from January 14th. All right? I really do think that's what we're looking at. This is pretty big. This is probably the biggest spaceship recorded by somebody. These two people were driving on a country road, listening to country music, and they were recording this object. And here's how they respond. Listen to the audio. Listen to this.
What?
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Okay, what? Yeah,
Wait a minute. Hold on. This is for entertainment purposes only. And they're listening on the radio, and look what happens. Wait for the response of these two gentlemen. This is real footage.
What?
Let's say anything else. Crazy.
Okay, what? That one just, yeah,
Okay. So let me go back here to the screen. We're going to definitely get back here on the camera. Okay. Okay. So what I'm showing here, they were in shock. These two guys were driving down a country road in Amelia County, Virginia on the 14th, about 6:15 in the evening. Okay. These two lights appear in the middle of nowhere. Again, and they're in the middle of nowhere. These guys are out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. As they're watching, a third light, equally of the same size, pops up. So I'm under the impression now, and I've been spending hours observing this video. I'm going to go with my conclusion that this is one big, massive spaceship in a country area in the middle of nowhere in Virginia. Then again, I'm open to people thinking it might be three separate craft, and maybe I'm wrong. But I think I'm really, after observing this thing for a number of hours on and off throughout the last 24 hours, I think we're looking at here a significant object that is bigger than a couple of buses. I think if the thing were to totally land into a field, it would be enormous. This thing would be big, one big spaceship. It's absolutely, definitely one big spaceship. Yeah, I think it could be, Rachel. I think it could be. And Nini, I agree. Hey, Sebastian, good to see you. And we're going to show you more footage because I do believe as we go into the next days and weeks ahead, people are going to be recording things that are not just small orbs in the sky. People are going to be recording these kinds of objects that are in sequence with each other. And you're going to start seeing more and more of these non-terrestrial spaceships. You know, I don't know what Dr. Greer and his group are going to be divulging, in terms of this big reveal. But to me, this footage is more important than whatever he's revealing, because you already know that we know that there are space people visiting Earth, and you already know that we have space people living in our oceans, and in the inner Earth we have space people living in the inner Earth, the Agartha network. So we know for billions of years we've had advanced civilizations living amongst us on our planet. All right? Amongst us on our planet. And they're still living here. They haven't gone anywhere. What is different about this time period, and again, when I speak of this, what we're looking at in this time period is that we're going to have direct contact. It's going to be open contact. In the billions of years of this planet's existence, in the billions of years of our existence, not only are we going to have contact, but everything is going to make contact with us. When I say everything, what does that mean? I'm talking about everything from the fairies to the mer people. Let's not forget the mer people that live in our oceans. They're going to make contact with us. They're part of this whole thing of disclosure. We've talked about with April and I on the show and others I've had as guests, people that have Bigfoots on their property in the country areas that have communicated with Bigfoots. And as April has said, they can speak many languages up in Vermont. She's friends with the Bigfoot. Every existing intelligence that we have not ever seen is going to come forward. So when contact happens, and it's going to start happening, we're going to meet things or people for the first time that we've never in our human life ever met. Without a question, it's going to happen. There's no way around it. You know it, I know it, we all know it. There's just no way it's not going to happen. So there's a lot going on right now. And I am right on top of things. You know, we have people documenting good footage. Anita says, Commander, I see all the star family above the sky. One day I say hi to them to hear me, so they hear me. Every living being, right? Palladian Rainbow. Sonia, thank you. Mishmish says, and I believe a lot of starseed will be active. Right now, we are dormant due to safety reasons. Yeah, Marty, that's right. Marty Rogers, that's right. Our intelligence will increase. And you know what? Actually, Marty, our intelligence, our consciousness is increasing right now, too. Yes, B, I've heard of Bashar. Daryl Anka, who's Paul Anka's brother, the actor. I'm very familiar with Bashar. Absolutely. I think a number of people are actually, and my cat. My cat's saying she's heard of Bashar, too. And Leslie, they'll get there. You know what? If they don't wake up right away, at least you're awake, and that's what really is important. And you're watching encounters, Leslie, and everyone here's awake, so you're not alone. So that's a good thing. Hey, Casey, have a good night. Sleep well. Definitely sleep well. Red Jen says, I still hear big booms near my home at night. Sounds like from underground. I told myself fireworks. I think it's Kara. Hey, Kara, when is the contact going to happen? It's already starting to happen. You're seeing it in terms of these videos. They're showing the orbs are part of a larger part of the contact. So the initial contact with Earth is going to be all these different things happening. The orbs are definitely our friends. The drones are not, but the orbs are definitely our friends. The drones have no friendship. They're there for other mysterious purposes. Are we safe, Anita? Of course, with the Star family? Are you kidding me? You're with the Star people, folks, who are watching the show for the first time. The Star people are the positive space people. So the Star people are definitely your friends. The Star people, you're safe with the Star people. You have nothing to fear. The Star people are here for you. They're like your extended cosmic family that you've never met. Oh yeah, they're definitely good. Let's see here. And let's see, B. We'll bring B up. Let's see, where's B? Maybe B doesn't want to come up. All right. So if you have, let's see, Paul Anka was a singer. Yes, Paul Anka had a great voice. I wasn't really into his music, but his brother is Daryl Anka. And then there's Missy, and Missy can sing too. But Missy's not singing. She's mowing. Rico, my cat did drink too much apple cider. Now she's going the other way. Whenever she comes towards me, if you have a cat and she goes back the other way, that means the cat wants you to follow them because they probably want a treat. If you have a cat, you know that. Hey, Cassie, you have a good night. Yeah, Bud, that's interesting. So Dr. Greer is saying in 72 hours, get this, 72 hours, something major about disclosure is going to happen. Now, I've contacted his media group under his email. I had contacted Dr. Greer's media group. Not one person responded back from his media group. I told him about the show here. I said, is Dr. Greer on TikTok? He's doing all these interviews with all these people, and I can't even get Dr. Greer on my show on TikTok. So I want some people to do me a favor. On Dr. Greer's main page, there's contact information. I want everybody to contact his media people. I think it's media at so-and-so, whatever, and tell Dr. Greer that he needs to come on here on this show before 72 hours at 11 o'clock at night. I'm sure he is available at 11 p.m. at night. So if anyone wants to go to the main page for Dr. Stephen Greer's CSETI group on the internet, go into the media section. There's a section for contact. Email the media at whatever it is and tell Dr. Greer that CmdrAleon wants to have him on the show. I want everybody to do that for me because I did email him about 2 weeks ago. I have not gotten any contact or response from his media group. Considering that's kind of crazy since he's going on all these different social media things. I have no idea. I have no way of assuming anything. But I want to get Dr. Greer on here. You know, we got to get him on Encounters. I want him to talk to everybody on my show and answer questions about what's going on here. You know, he might be Liberation. You might be right about that. And you know, there was a time when he wasn't so popular, where they actually had a phone number, Liberation, where you can actually call up and talk to somebody. When he just started out, when he wasn't like this huge, big Hollywood star or whatever. I probably don't need him, but I still, because of my news background, would love to question him and grill him about this 72-hour thing. He advises national security. I got to encounter UFO in 2018 in Huntsburg, Ohio. Scary as hell. Chris Norica. Wow. We're going to have to talk about that, Chris. Let's see here. And B, we're going to bring B up. Chris Norica, if you want to share that story, I'll bring you up here in a minute on Encounters. And you're watching the #1 spiritual UFO talk show here to bust the matrix on disclosure. Hey, Bazella, good to see you.
Hey, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. Sorry, I'm in the middle of cooking right now. I'm having a late dinner. I worked late today. But I just want
you didn't invite me over. What happened?
you weren't on.
I know, I'm just kidding you. So tell us what's going on.
I just wanted to get on here really quickly and just tell everyone, like, right now, it's really important to keep the fear down and keep your vibrations high, because everything that's getting ready to go down, the government is like, I know you can't cuss on here, but basically pooping their pants right now, and they're trying to bring out and whip out every last little thing, like even with these fires. We know what's going on with these fires, and it's created.
And we have to be careful about that because the algorithm.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but they want everyone to know that it's really important to keep the fear down right now, no matter what's going on. You gotta trust in the divine timing and stay away from the fear mongering, no matter how negative it may seem, no matter how negative it may think that is everything that's happening. Because what we're really seeing right now is we're basically seeing the last cleanup, and it may seem like it's in a negative connotation, but it's really not. Like, we know that you have to turn down the old before the new comes in, right?
Right.
So just look at it at that way and stay focused on the light and the good. Like, just know they're here and everything is getting ready to change, and that's what we're seeing.
Right. And people also need to understand that the space people we're in touch with, they're here in peace and harmony. So anything that is going weird here is Earth-based related stuff being done by Earth people doing it. So, but when the space people come, they're coming here to bring peace and harmony. They're not here to create any of these other things that are going on. That has nothing to do with the space people, the star people. It has to do with Earth-based things that are happening here on Earth that are unrelated to the star people. It has nothing to do with them. They have nothing to do with any of it. It has to do what's going on with these things around the world, these Earth changes and all that stuff. It's the shifting of the planet. The planet Earth is essentially shaking itself up. And in that way, it's shaking up the old systems of our Earth.
We're basically going through a purge right now, you can say.
You kind of can say it, yeah. I mean, the Earth is, when a volcano happens or earthquakes happen, the Earth is releasing old energy to allow for new energy. Basically. Hey, I want to thank you.
Kind of messing up. Sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay. But yeah, we're definitely going through, everything's like converging at once. It's kind of a weird way to be living right now. Everything is awakening, shifting, everything's converging. So everybody out here is going to be affected by these Earth changes in very different ways. Some of you are going to be just feeling excited, feeling great. Other people are going to be having nervous breakdowns and letting go all the old stuff you were taught to believe in. So there's all different effects that this will have, not just on people, but on every life form on our planet. Everything is being affected. It could be a bear. It could be a dolphin. every life form is being affected by these earth changes.
The message they keep giving me is we're merging timelines and splitting timelines because for anyone who knows about these star people and just in space in general, time doesn't exist. Everything is happening all at once. All realities are all happening at one time. So basically what they're doing is we're merging timelines and splitting timelines. So it's splitting, meaning the fact that we're cutting off the old that is no longer positive and that's no longer supposed to be here, and we're merging to what's already in harmony and what's already going on in the cosmos. The veil is being completely lifted.
Oh, it already is. The other thing you need to understand, this is a great discussion during the show here on Encounters. If you're watching Encounters, you're just coming in here, welcome. If you're a newbie, this is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. Been on here for 3 years, consistently on here for 3 years. Shows come and go. I mean, people come and go on the topic. We are here for you most nights, except when I got my cold. I wasn't on at all for a few nights. But again, the most important thing to realize is that when we do have contact, when we finally have what we call a galactic convergence of the star people with the earth people on this planet, and then the space people and the earth come out of the oceans to connect with all of us here. And that's going to be all of us, not one of us, all of us. Loretta, thank you. That's going to be the most dramatic change ever. Once our planet becomes part of an intergalactic planetary part of a grouping of planets which already exist, there will be no time on our planet. On other planets that operate in a higher vibrational frequency, there is no such thing as time. They don't operate in time. We are eventually going to be a planet without time. Now, it's kind of weird to say this, but you're not going to have to look at your watch and say, what time is it? Because time will not exist as we understand it to exist. It will actually not exist whatsoever. It's going to disappear. It's going to be gone.
They've been telling me as well. It's really important to start studying and looking into practicing your quantum body and quantum jumping or leaping, you would say, because with the time shift and the merging and stuff like that. Like I know for me, just a couple of days ago, I kind of quantum leaped while I was driving to work, and I've done it before. It's not nothing new, but this time it was just a little bit different. And I was, it kind of freaked me out a bit because it's never happened the way it happened today. But I was like, I was in a different dimension, like for a whole minute straight, and I didn't know where I was. Wow. And then it morphed, and then it went back to where I was supposed to be at. But for like a whole minute, I was in an area where I wasn't supposed to be. It was to the point where I thought I turned and I missed the turn or something like that. But I was like, no, I was literally just where I was supposed to be at. And it just shifted just out of nowhere. And it kind of freaked me out a bit. But they've been telling me, and I've even been getting it in my telepathic communication, is that it's really important to start looking into your quantum body and practicing quantum leaping properly, because it's going to be really important with the shift and the merging.
Yeah, and I have a person in Connecticut, Xander Midnight, says Easton, Connecticut, which is in Fairfield County, the local police department in Eastern Connecticut says they're seeing drones over elementary schools every night. I didn't know that, and that's not being reported on our local affiliates here in Connecticut, you know? And let's see here. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm just looking at some of the comments here.
Yes, there's a lot going on, and there's nothing to be scared of, even though the government or our people that are running this world, are running this earth, they're going to try to whip out every last bit thing that they can, and it's not going to work. We already won. That's why we see all this happening now.
And that's why they're freaking out, because we already have one. The fact of the matter is, you want to know, folks out there, why, and I've said this before for the last 3 years, that not to trust the Pentagon or any agent, naval intelligence or CIA or national security in the United States, or even in your own countries, if you're in Russia, somehow watching this, or in the United Kingdom, because the people in official places of government in all these big countries when you broach the subject of them about UFOs or visitations and all this stuff, they're very hesitant to give you any information in terms of. I have to just had to plug my thing in. I'm at 15%. I didn't realize that happened, but they're very hesitant to tell people what is really going on. And so the thing to understand is that I've said it before. I've always been steadfast on this show as a talk show host in the subject matter. Do not trust these people. They're freaking out right now, and they really are in a last ditch effort in 2025 to confuse people, mix people up, and they're trying to control the news media, which they do, to prevent any more footage from being shown of these orbs and stuff on national TV. Because when they're showing these things, you notice there was an uptake in people being interested in knowing what's going on. They were starting to talk about it. But the corporate heads of these news networks are told, probably by the government of the United States or whatever government, that you need to cool it with all this stuff and go on to another story like football, NFL, all this stuff. The stuff that, talk about makeup, talk about steals and deals for like buy one, get one at half price of a new wallet that has a TV on it or something. This is the kind of dumbing down the population by not talking about these things. Then you kind of try to hope that people now are not going to be interested in it. But the truth is, you cannot stop what you open. You open a Pandora's box on TV for like a couple of 2 or 3 weeks, in the beginning of January, end of December, and then the news media decides to turn it off. I think there's only one national news cable network that's covering the subject. I think it's called News Nation or something. I don't watch a lot of TV, but News Nation tends to be one of the few cable networks that is talking about this subject on a continuous basis. Most of these networks in the United States, and I can't speak for the Russian TV or the United Kingdom or Newsmax, maybe they are a little bit, but most of your networks that are corporately controlled have been basically told, and again, I really do believe it, that they've been told not to talk about this stuff.
What they're calling this shift that we're going through right now, that we're seeing, they're calling it the filtering process. That's what they're calling it.
Interesting.
Basically, filtering process. Maybe I can't really go into detail where it's understandable without
Well,
getting
filtering
you in trouble.
process. No, filtering process. Essentially, what I can do is say that our national cable news networks, for the most part, not all of them, have their own, and they have been owned by big companies. Don't think for a minute that the Pentagon doesn't tell, when it comes to UFO stories on the national news cable, what they can say and what they can't say. I guarantee you that CNN, NBC, MSNBC, and all these networks, if they talk about a UFO story, they're told how far they can go with it. I'm absolutely certain of that.
Yeah.
On here, we don't have any corporate control. We don't have the Pentagon tell me what to say. I'm going to tell you the truth here, and I'm going to expose the truth on a cosmic level that I've been doing for the last 3 years. Hey, Bazel, I want to thank you. And let's see here.
Thank you for having me up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have Chris Narika. I want to bring Chris up here. And Bazel, definitely enjoy your meal. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, and we appreciate it. I'm going to bring up the next guest here. I'm going to bring up Chris on the show. This is Encounters. If you're new to the program, I'm with NPR Radio. I'm on a sort of a sabbatical for now. I'm really focused on my show here. Chris, welcome to Encounters.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, you're sounding great. And tell us where you are and a little bit about your background and what you want to share with us tonight.
I'm from the Cleveland area of Ohio. And
Okay.
it was specifically, I'm not too much into any conspiracy stuff, but back
Yeah,
in,
me
it was
neither.
around 2018, 2017,
Mm-hmm.
my buddy and I were driving down Route 322 in like countryside Ohio, rural Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just driving down, going like 45 miles an hour, windows open, nice night, like, 70s, 80s. And we noticed all of a sudden the dogs started barking all around us in this countryside. And we were like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Hmm.
And every hair on my body stood up, and I stopped the car and we looked up, and there was this giant black orb in the sky. Maybe 1,000 feet up. I can't tell you how far it was above us, but it was visible,
Mm-hmm.
and it was there. And it was a luminescent black orb, and the silence was just deafening. Like pure silence when it appeared. And
So when you
we stood there for like a good 2-3 minutes, and I just like, screw this, and I just
yeah,
threw the car around and went the other way because I was like, oh hell no.
were you getting scared?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
Yeah,
anybody would. Seeing that, you'd be like, oh, what's going on here?
yeah. How low was the object when you were looking at it?
It was within 1,000 feet. Like I could see it like there.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell it was a perfect black sphere.
Wow. See, in some senses you would be scared, but in another sense, as you tell the story, it sounds like a beautiful reflecting back. Do you look at it more of a beautiful thing, the sphere itself, or were you just
Well, it's
would
one
you
of
look?
those things like I'm probably never going to experience it again.
Yeah,
And like it's one of those things where like a lot of people they'll never, see any UFO encounters, and that was my only one I ever really saw.
yeah.
And it was just like one of those crazy experiences. Because I even called like the Ravenna Air Force Base and stuff and asked like, "Hey, is there something weird going on out here?" They never, obviously didn't tell me anything.
Right, didn't say a word.
Like they got my name, number, all that stuff, and followed
Yeah,
up
yeah,
with
yeah.
me. But that's about it.
I would say that Air Force Base probably knew what was going on. Don't you think?
I mean, that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess
How can they
that
not?
because, like, I don't know. It just I can't have been, my buddy and I can't be the only ones that saw it that night.
Oh yeah, there are probably other individuals that never came forward that probably did see it.
But
I'm sure you weren't
I
alone.
just remember, and there was this humming sound,
Yeah.
a low humming, and
It
it
was,
just raised.
was that low humming coming from the object?
Yes,
Interesting. Very
yeah, and
interesting.
I just remember I did not like that feeling, and
Yeah.
it just, it was one of those weird experiences because I'm not told into the, I'm not into conspiracy stuff at all, but it's just one of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
things I know what I saw,
Yeah.
and it was one of those
So,
things.
and it could have been, I mean, it could have been, again, not to say that UFOs don't make a sound or anything. I think some do. But I think that some of this, again, the object itself could have been a government technology of some sort too. I'm not saying it was, but there's again, we look at all this thing from every perspective. So a lot of times, like a non-Earth-based spaceship or orb, there's no sound. If you have an Earth-based technology, you might hear a sound like a hum,
Is
like you're
that better?
saying.
Is that sad that it's like more comforting to me that like if it was Earth based,
No, that's fine. Hey, look,
like
you
it just makes me feel a little bit safer. Like,
yeah,
like oh, these
and
are
that's okay. And again, I'm theorizing what I think it is. I don't think anybody's going to know what your object was. It could have been extraterrestrial. It could have been terrestrial, some sort of a technology, reverse engineered technology. But again, it's an interesting story, and there's really no way of determining whether it was or it wasn't. Just the story itself is interesting, and the fact that you saw it, even if you never see something like that again. Well, I do think you're going to see a lot of things again. You just haven't seen them yet, and they're going to be different.
Lord, I just want to have a boring life.
Yeah, you'll have some good stuff, Chris. I think you're gonna when you have your next UFO sighting, it's going to be way different than this black orb thing.
Well, that would
I
be
can't
cool.
tell you when you're going to have it.
That is the most underwhelming like
Yeah,
UFO thing
yeah,
to get. All right,
yeah.
you have a good night, sir.
this is going to be the year, Chris. No matter what state or country you're in, you make sure your camera is loaded up on your phone, because you will definitely see more stuff. I'm not predicting it. It's just naturally going to happen this year. There's going to be a lot of people seeing things they've never seen before. So, hey, I appreciate the story. Thanks for coming up.
Yep. Thank you for having me up. Have a good night.
All right, buddy. All right, Chris, definitely. Let me do this. And let me see what we got coming up here. Sam, I think it's Sam. I have no idea who this person is. SNAMJSHA. I don't know who that is. Anyway, if you wish to come up and share a story about your sighting, or if you're videotaping anything out there that is UFO related, I certainly would love to hear your story. Let me see here if there's something here we can share with you here tonight. I'm just trying to see if there's any other things going on here that I'm missing. I'm going to take a look here and let me see. I'm going to look at some reports here, hopefully. And let's see if we have any new reports. This is interesting. No, I don't see anything new. That there is stuff happening. I'm just going to take one more gander here to see if we have any other new sightings. Now, there is a thing where somebody recorded the moon, and supposedly on the moon they recorded an object. I'm just looking at it to see where it was. I don't see it. Definitely a lot more drone activity. Nothing new tonight. We showed you quite a few videos tonight, so if you'd like to be on the show, we'd love to have you. This is CmdrAleon, your host. We're on every night at 11. Saturday nights is Ashtar Command Night on Encounters, where we talk about contact and the coming contact with our Star family. And let me see here, we got in the queue. Here now, 70 was a recent guest on our show, but this other person, I have no idea who they are. So I'm getting a weird feeling about that. So I want to, we got about 12:40. It's almost 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Yeah, I do have, hey, Princess Joy, how you doing? My YouTube channel, I want to make sure everybody knows it, is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. I'm about 3 shows backlogged. So after I get off tonight, I'll be downloading another show. And then in the morning, I'm going to download my other 2 shows and this show tomorrow morning. I'm going to try to get all the shows caught up. I don't like to be backlogged, but so I'm going to get every show that I'm about 3 or 4 shows behind right now that are not on my YouTube channel. But I'll make sure we do that. Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube. All my encounter shows are on there. If you missed any of my shows, you're a new follower and a new person. We're at 84,000. We need to get up to 100,000 likes. Please follow me. If you're not following me, I want to get all of you to follow me who are not following me, hundreds of you out there, so you can keep in touch with us here on TikTok. Also, that's also for the show. And also like. So we're at 85.1. If you want to get the numbers up in the top corner, you need to tap the screen. That's how the numbers go up. If you don't tap the screen, the hearts don't show. So you see the heart next to the 86. The hearts are what makes my numbers go up, just in case you didn't know how that works, okay? Yvette, I want to bring you up. You say you have a lot going on where you are. Yvette, if you have a lot of UFO activity out there, Yvette. Let's see here. Ringo, hey, Vanguard Collective. I see all these beautiful people out there. Let me see. Nora's comment. Let's see. Nora. So Nora, do you have video? Jennifer, thank you. Really? Nora Zora, are they posted? Nora Zora, we'll show the videos. Let me go up to your page, Nora Zora. Nora Zora says she has, let me get to the home page here. Nora Zora, let me see here. And we'll try to see what happens. Let's see, Nora Zora. Okay, Nora, I'm going to go to your page. I don't see any video posted. Let's see, any video footage? Yeah, Nora, if you have the videos and they're not posted, if you upload them on your page, we can show them here on Encounters. For some reason, they won't let me go live with you. That's pretty weird. I'm going to press the guest option. Yvette, go into the multi-guest option on Encounters here on your TikTok. There's a multi-guest people option. Try that. And again, this SNAM person, I don't know who they are. You need to tell us a little bit about yourself. I won't just bring people up here unless I know what I'm dealing with. Also, you can send the video footage to CmdrAleon at AOL.com, and I will be able to look at your video footage. No typing is showing my screen. Oh, Barbara, okay. Betty Malone, welcome to our show. Not Ted, welcome, not Ted. Art, welcome, Art. WP, good to see you. Daenerys, welcome. Van Z, welcome. Gumby, that's a good name, Gumby. Looking Fine EQ, welcome. Looking Fine EQ. Tess, welcome to the show. Encounters. Hot Pickles, that's a good name. Here now, I just wanted to tell you a bit more about my experience and ask advice. All right, give us a few minutes here. Hey, One Universal Love, good to see you. CmdrAleon, we made it to a 101,000, great. RX Farrell, greetings from Sedona, Arizona. Nasty Banks, thank you. Hey, Van C, good to have you with us. And I'm going to be very random here. Let's see, RX Farrow. I appreciate your likes out there. I've never gone out to Sedona, Arizona yet, but that's one place I do want to go to. Kit Kat, thank you. I got to make sure I finish the cider. That's really important. Let me. Yeah, you're ignoring evidence. I'm catching the sentence without knowing what it is. So, THANT. I don't know what the conversation was, so I don't know what the evidence is that's being ignored. Can you expand on that? Because I'm just seeing your comment. Cody, thoughts on Greer's announcement? I'm going to monitor that thing in 72 hours where he's supposed to make an announcement, but I'm taking everything with a grain of salt, and I just want to see what happens. We've had more disclosure here on Encounters in the last 3 years than I've seen from Dr. Stephen Greer in terms of he's done a lot of interviews, but I'm taking a very calm approach to what he's saying he's going to do. I want to have a wait and see. Oh, you just pasted on your Facebook page, Nora Zora. So I do have, let me go to Facebook. Nora Zora, let's see here. Whoops, let me just turn the volume down. So Nora Zora, do you go by Nora Zora on Facebook? Oh, same name, okay. Let me see if I can find you there, Nora Zora. Okay, let's see, search Facebook. I don't see you there, but let's see. I think I found you. There you go. I think I found you. I see an orb. Do you have a video there? Do you have any video footage? Or is it just I see one orb. I do see an orb, Norzora. I did see an orb, so we'll get back to that. If you have any video footage, I'd like to see that too. Okay, I'm so curious about the C5 app. Yeah, Flossie Jane, I have the C5 app. That's one of the few good things that that Dr. Greer created. Just download the app. It's a great way to learn how to do the protocol for contact. So I really highly recommend the app, regardless of whether you like Greer or not. Anybody out there, the app is one of the few good things that I think is relevant to what's happening. So I'm going to bring here and now back up for a few minutes, and then we'll take some more guest interviews here. You want to do a follow-up with us on the show, and you're watching Encounters. It's now about, and I thank everybody. We got to 106,000. Please follow me on TikTok here. If you're not following me, I don't mention it enough. I should mention it more often. Please follow the show by following me, and also like and share. Okay, here now. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, I was just gonna follow up with a few things. Like, so I told you the other day how come across some people when I was going through like this spontaneous sort of very temporary awakening that I had, and
Yeah.
I happened to run into these people, and I still know these people, right? And I've seen them over the years, right? I often go down to the sauna and I'll like listen in and I'll just observe their conversations and things like that. And like I was just wondering, so like I know you said they could just be very like aware, enlightened people, like humans.
Yeah.
Like
Of course.
I think I feel as though I've had like some kind of evidence where like I can't imagine any human to I don't know have this same aura, I suppose, or like this energy coming from them. But like what should what does it mean, man, to like to meet these people? Like what should I ask them? Should I be asking them questions or like
I'd be very for me, and I was that group of people. I'd ask them. I have no problem. I jump right in and ask questions. So, for example, I'd say, how did you get individually where you are before you became a group of people that met each other? How did you
yes.
get to, because all of them didn't know each other when they were kids. They met along as they get into their adult life. They must have met along a certain time period where one met the other, then somebody met somebody else.
Yeah.
I believe it's probably an organic process. I don't think all these people just automatically were together and had high consciousness. I think they all individually were, coming to a sense of consciousness and happened to find each other.
Yeah,
And,
so like when I was because they go to this there's another place that I know that they go to and it's this club, right, that's like about science of like sound frequency and like how to build speakers really like and so there's a lot of science sort of stuff that going on there. But like when I was there the first night, I just happened to rock up with a friend, which was very like coincidental. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And like when I was actually experiencing like energy moving through like different areas of my body and like even outside of my body around my legs, and I noticed that like a couple of them were looking. It's as if they could see the energy that I was feeling. You know what I mean? Like so.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just and myself, like when I myself, like for a period of time, was able to see aura of some people, and like I just found that there was all these coincidences that happened that I couldn't really explain, you know. But yeah, I like since I still have access to these people, what would you say? What should I
I
say to
would.
them? Like,
I would let's be naturally just say what you think. I mean, remember something. These are just people. They're not. They're
yeah,
not. They're not any different from you or me or the person having a cup of coffee in a diner.
yeah,
They're people. They're not to be put on a pedestal. No one should be put on a pedestal, no matter how enlightened they are.
yeah,
Even with all the things I know and I can do, I never put myself on any pedestal. I just realize I'm here to do a mission. I'm here
Yeah.
to bust the matrix. I'm where I am, but that doesn't mean nobody else is going to be where I am. I think everybody's going to equally have the opportunity to be wherever they wish to be. It's just a matter of taking that one step forward and walking down that cosmic road and opening the doors and say, wow, I didn't know this. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things I still learn. As much as I know what I know, I never stop learning. The day I stop
So,
learning is the day, and I think with these people that I think if they ever stop learning, I think these people are learning every day something new.
mm.
They might not say it, but I would guarantee it. No matter what they do know, there's many probable things that they don't know in the cosmic that they will be learning as time goes on.
So the other thing I was thinking is that, like, I've talked to them. Well, like, so I know that he did get into transcendental meditation. He's into a bunch of stuff, man. Like a bunch, like he knows all about like Indian religion, Western religion, like, and also the occult as well. And for the first years that I met them, I was incredibly intimidated and fearful. You know what I mean? Like, cause
Yeah,
all I'd heard about really was like I actually in my own head I was like, whoa, what about like bloody this whole reptilian conspiracy and shit like that? But I no longer believe like that. Like, I
yeah.
don't believe that. Like,
The only
what?
the only thing I would say is when people are into a lot of things, like there are people into a lot of things. I myself will tell people, the one thing I will tell people when they deal with cosmic enlightenment as we're getting towards contact with the space people is to be very, very focused. So
Mm,
it's great people can be in 10,000 different spiritual things, but 10,000 different spiritual things just means they know 10,000 different spiritual things. When you're
mm,
focused on the most important thing, which is cosmic enlightenment, and when I say that, cosmic galactic enlightenment of the human population right now should be the main focus of everything, because all these
mm,
other things and all these other new agey things and this thing, they're all were created and they've been here for a long time, but all those things are just ways to get to something else, to something else, to something else, to something else, to something else. So as we're continually going to something else, we go farther away from the thing that we're trying to get to, which is climbing on top of the cosmic mountain and then looking at the universe and saying, oh, this is where I want to be. I want to be in the
yeah.
universe. I want to be
Well,
connected to
well,
the
that's it.
universe.
Like, I really just want to experience the
Right.
whatever that
Oh,
feeling
yeah,
was.
absolutely.
Like
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
feeling
I
of
don't
peace
blame
and
you.
shit. Like,
I
yeah,
probably would have done the same thing if I were in your shoes. I'm pretty sure I would have because I'm curious about
yeah. Mm.
people, you know. I'm really
Yeah,
curious.
I got the well. I could tell you some more stories, but it goes into like I don't know. I'm not sure I really want to share it in front of a whole lot of people, but yeah, there's direct like some direct conversations that I've had with some people that has directly let me know that I don't think that I'm imagining this. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'm fucking crazy or something like that.
No,
Like
no, right.
made
But no,
this
I
up.
mean, I
Like
just in terms of the finalization of this, I just wanted to say that just go with your own instincts. That's the only thing I'll tell you, and that goes for anybody else. Just go
yeah,
with your own instincts, follow your own heart, and you'll get there. Just remember
yeah,
that.
cool. All right, yeah, sweet. Well, thanks for hearing me again. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate it, and I
Yeah.
appreciate your asking me some final questions. And you'll do fine. Just trust in yourself. No one else is going to be able to do it for you. We all have to go within ourselves to connect with the universe, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah. All right. Much
All
love,
right,
man.
brother. Much love to you too. Let me bring you down here. And every aspect on my show, everyone's questions and comments and feelings when they come on here, my whole thing is to hear people out. That's the difference between me and someone who's ignorant and arrogant and egotistical. I don't have any of those quantities or qualities or whatever, thank goodness. So when I run the show, I think there's dynamics and we learn from everybody. You know what I mean? Hey, Kit Kat. Hey, Kit Kat, welcome back. Where'd you go? Kit Kat, what are you on a spaceship, Kit Kat? I know Kit Kat. Are you traveling the universe, Kit Kat? We gotta keep you here. Thank you, RX. I appreciate that. Well, we're getting to near 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to make sure I download all of my other TikTok shows that I'm backlogged on or encounters. And I hope you're all enjoying the show. I might try to show one more video here, I think. For some reason, there's a video there that I have to show you, and my mind tells me that I'm going to find it in 2 seconds. So we're going to be pretty spontaneous here, and I'm going to put down UFO footage, and we'll put down, let's see, we'll put down January, and I'm going to just see what happens here, January 14th, 2025. I'm going to see what pops up here. Wait, what are we here? Is this, no, I am informed. I don't need to be informed. I'm going to try to do it again. And we'll see what happens here. We're going to do a date. 1. And we'll do 1/14/2025. Why am I not saying? Okay. Okay, I'm not seeing any footage here. Maybe I'm on the wrong thing here. Hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. So I did find some UFO footage. I don't know why that was happening. This is pretty cool. Is it a footage of video? Nope. We're looking for good footage here. It says a European investigating a U.S. satellite. Interesting. Let's see, is this really happening? Oh yeah, it is actually. Oh, we're going to show you this. This is a U.S. satellite being observed by this is 1 hour ago. Let me take a look at this, man. We're going to show you something here. This is crazy. I got to show you this. There's no way I'm not going to show you this. This is for entertainment purposes only. Get ready to hold on to your cosmic seats, because the commander is about to show you something here. We're going to flip the camera. We're going to see this. This is for entertainment purposes only. Oh, yeah. Check this out. This is UAP, I'll say UFO. Watch this footage here. Whoop. I don't want to lose it. Here we go. Check this out. This is a U.S. satellite. This just happened this month. I don't know what day this was or whatever. But the satellite is in the sky. And these two orbs, look at this thing. These two orbs are monitoring the U.S. satellite. Tell me that's not cool. Check this out. Look at those. Those are the orbs right there. Look at that. Somebody recorded this. I don't know if it's a satellite recording. That is unbelievable. If you're not watching my show right now, I don't know where you are on TikTok. You better get over here. You better get on here and watch this show. And this is for entertainment purposes only. This is, and I'm going to show it to you again. I think it's going to repeat itself. Check this out. And again, you'll see this. Here are the orbs. There's the first one. There's another one coming, 2 of them. They're coming out of nowhere. And the satellite's unmanned. This is a satellite. The orbs are now monitoring the satellite. These orbs are monitoring this. I bet these orbs came from a mothership. They came out of nowhere. This satellite's going around the Earth, and these 2 orbs are monitoring the satellite. Come on now, folks. You're not watching this? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're not watching this. You're out there on TikTok watching some commercial for TikTok store. You're not watching this? You got to be kidding me. Really? Okay? You know the commander's going to do crazy stuff and show you some real footage here, so you better as well get used to it here, right? I'll watch the video one more time because it's crazy. For those just coming in, this is what you're not going to see on CNN News. This is what you're not going to see on Fox. This is what you're not going to see on CBC. This is what you're not going to see on NBC or on ABC or even the BBC or Russian TV. This is real footage. I'm going to try to get the original video and post it on my main page. I love this. Look at these orbs. These orbs are like metallic orbs, like two of them. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Things are getting crazy in a good way. In a good way. You know it. You know it's going to be crazy out there. And we will be here when things really get crazy. You know we're going to be here for you. Because that's what we do here. That's why we're here. Thank you for the gift. I'm holding on to that video. I'm going to find out where the original video is. You're watching Encounters. And as you can see, we've had no problems with the algorithm. The algorithm's leaving us alone because the commander is right. You know, the algorithm is leaving the commander alone tonight because I stood up to the algorithm and didn't understand it the other night and said, leave me alone. Because the commander's show talks about the truth and it's a real talk show. We're not just sitting here twiddling our fingers for an hour with our eyes closed talking about the new candy bar that came out from Hershey's Chocolate the other day. Did you try it? No, I'm just kidding you. Thank you, Flossie Jane. And we always want to bring you the best show on social media. We always want to do that. Rico, thank you. Palladium Rainbow, thank you. In spirit of Yaya, good to see you. In spirit of Yaya, always good to see you, Yaya. Lavola, thank you. All the new people that came here for their first night, come on back. The show's on every night at 11, unless something really weird happens. Let's see here. Gage 123455. Gage. Let me see who Gage is. You have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No smoking, no drinking, no drunks on the show, no paranormal discussion, politics, or religion, and no cursing on the show. Let me see who Gage is on Encounters. That was a really great video. I got to find out the source of that video. I'm going to find out tonight. Let me see. And the person that I just brought up, let's take a look here. I thought I had a Gage on here. Now I have this other person who's not Gage. And that person dropped out. Again, if you're a real person and you do want to come up here and be on the show, you have to be over 18. No trolling on the show. I will knock people off here and block them if they're here to fool around. So beware. The commander has been doing this for a long time. So again, here's a Gage 123455. When I take that person and bring them up, they come under a different name. Isn't that interesting? The Gage 123455. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and I want to know who you are. I've been in this field for a long time on the media end of it. Let's see here. So that was a good video. Let me see if there's one other video I can show you here. I'm not going to lose track of that video. and we will definitely. Ah, okay. This person has some good video footage. Let me see if there's something else here I can show you. He's recorded a lot of stuff here. Here's something really weird. It doesn't say where it's from, but it looks like a triangular craft. And it looks like three objects, actually. Let me, I might want to show you this video in a minute. Let me just double check it. I want to just check a few things here. Oh, this is interesting. I really don't have an idea as to where this comes from. I'm trying to see. Let's take a look at this video. This is going to blow your mind. I got another video here I want to show you. Hey, Corey, good to see you. I want to show this one video. We're going to do more stuff tomorrow night. I have a feeling about this person. And let's see here. I'm going to show you this video here. And you're going to see some really interesting things here in a minute. This one doesn't have, this was from December 21st of last year. I don't know how I could have missed it. Let me show it to you here. Wait a minute. I got to switch the camera. Flip over. Check this out. This was a video recorded in December 12th, 21st of last year. Somebody recorded this. I like this video a lot. I think it looks like this thing is radiating a lot of energy. At 2024, I meant. Yeah, thank you, Pixie. 2024. It was recorded in December 21st of 2024. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, we don't talk about flat Earth on here. We don't talk about that. There's enough people on internet, on the social media here that do that. We're strictly involved in extraterrestrial intelligence, UFOs, and that kind of thing. This is for entertainment purposes only. We have liberated the social media. We have liberated the social media folks. I'm showing you footage, and I'm going to, like I said, I told you I was going to show you footage here for educational purposes. I told you, didn't I? I told the algorithm that I wasn't causing any problems because I'm showing footage that is real. This is a program. You're supposed to show footage. See, computers don't know that. So I think the live person on the other end who finally looked at what I'm doing knows that I'm doing a talk show here on the subject. It's been a great night. A great night. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. I'm just saying not to anybody here. Oh, sorry about that. I had the camera in the wrong area here. Sorry, I moved the camera off screen for a minute. All right. It's now about 1:13 in the morning on Encounters. All right. Time to turn the light back on here. We're going to show you more footage tomorrow night. Let me just go backwards here. All right, folks. Now that's a great piece of video there. All right, let me stop the thing there. So there we go. It's now about 1:13 a.m. I've been having a lot of fun tonight with everybody. I am so amped up tonight. I'm going to hopefully go to sleep. I've been so amped up here. I'm hoping I get some sleep. I think I drank too much apple cider. Let's see here. Who's got a story? Who's got a story to tell here? Speaking of contact. Thank you, Sonia. We will definitely be here. I have a story. Okay, YT, we'll bring you up. I'm so amped up here. YT, we'll bring you up. And if you can come on camera, we'd love to have you on camera. We're going to bring YT up as our final guest for the evening on the #1 spiritual UFO talk show.
Hey,
YT,
everybody.
welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
Thank you. I'm great. How are you doing?
We're doing well. I'm glad to have you with us you're on the #1 UFO talk show on all of YouTube. I mean, all of TikTok. What am I talking about? Tell us where you are and tell us about your story.
Okay, I'm so excited. Thank you for this opportunity.
And can you come on camera?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm in the dark. I'm just sitting in my room on TikTok. Let me
All
see. Can
right.
you guys see me? Wait.
I can't see anything. Yeah, you got to press and save on the camera.
Let me turn on
There
the
you
light.
go.
Okay.
Let's turn on the light.
Yes, credibility is important.
There you go. There's the real person. What a
Hi,
great
guys.
person that you are. Welcome.
Well, thank you. So,
So tell us.
I'm really excited to tell this story because I've talked to another wonderful person who also had a similar experience, and she told me that the orbs want us to tell this story. They are our guardian angels. We each have our own, in my opinion,
Okay.
and some of us have more than one.
Right.
So I had a really hard day. You can see it on my TikTok where I was crying about the wildfires, and I had this totally public meltdown. Then I go out to a grocery store, and this woman out of nowhere, she grabbed my hand and she said, "I want you to know people care." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "People care. Do you need a hug?" Gave me a hug, total stranger. Tried to give her some money. She wouldn't take it. I said, "What can I do for you?" She said, "Just come back and visit me." I was like, "What?" I felt embraced by humanity, and I'm walking like looking like a mess, crying, just like in the grocery store. So that night, I'm still like shaking, and I'm just trying to get my mind back with my vitamins and meditation and journaling. I go to my restroom and I look out the window, and I cannot believe it. There's an orb in my window. And when I looked out, I was like, no, Ashley, you just haven't slept. And I looked, I said, "It's so close. It's so bright. That's not a star." So I telepathically thought, "Are you an orb?" And it zoomed this way, this way,
Really
this way.
interesting.
It moved like this. And I said, "Oh my God, you're an orb." I said, "Listen, I'm so scared. There's so much going on in the world. And there's so many, we're about to be cut off from the world as Americans. And I have so much love and compassion in my heart. I've been embraced by the collective when I was at my lowest. What do I do?" And it said, love is the answer. Love will save you. This will be humanity's hardest year. This will be one of our hardest years, maybe even our last. Like love, compassion. So I flipped it. I just decided I was going to forgive and love everyone. I've been reading this book, Anger by Thich Nhat Hanh. He's a Buddhist monk.
Interesting.
Saved my life. Beautiful book.
Wow.
It's helping me see other people's anger and my anger. We're just in this environment that's making us peck at each other, but it's not us. Humans are
Right.
naturally loving, caring people. That's how we
Yeah.
got to this point. That's how we got to
Yeah,
this point.
in our heart, we really are. It's just that we get diverted with all these programs and teachings that are not us, all these unnatural. We go through school as kids, or whatever decade you're in, we're told to be this, be that, instead of being who we are. When we're born, we're innocently born as star people, but we're babies. But we forget we're star people because then we get all engrossed in, like, you have to be a doctor. Oh, did you go to college for 4 years? Did you go to Harvard? Who cares? Like, that's important, but that's the way the world society is made up of.
Yes. I agree. There's a great awakening happening. Beautiful pages like yours. I mean, this is awesome. I'm so glad I found you. And this community that you have is so beautiful. And, this is what it's about, the great awakening, people speaking the truth without the powers that be, being able to silence us. I'm in my room, you're in your room, all these people are in their homes and they're listening to us. And it's just like great because it's like, I don't know, it's awakening, right?
It is an awakening, isn't it? Yeah. And that orb, it was so spontaneous. How close was that orb to you? I'm very interested to
Can I show
know.
you guys my window?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to, I don't want to dox myself. So it's like, I got to be
No, no,
careful.
no, you're good.
Okay. So let me make sure there's no way. Yeah, no one could tell my house, but basically,
No worries.
thank you. Let me flip it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was in my bathroom, right? Total mess, like stomach hurting because I was like crying. But I'm like, that woman, was that even real? Did I dream that? That was real, right? And then, because my brain's fried from like trauma and crying. And then I look out this window. Let me see if I can flip it for y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm like, ah, boom.
Don't see anything yet. I just still see
No,
your.
no, it's not there now. Sorry.
Oh, no,
I was,
no. I know that we're not going to see it, but
yeah.
you wanted to show us.
Oh, it didn't. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Save. Okay. So I was
Oh,
like,
okay, there you
okay, so yeah. So I'm here and I'm like, oh my life. Oh.
go.
And then I look and I say, what the hell? And I was
Yeah.
like, wait. And it was like 3 a.m. I mean, I didn't sleep for 48 hours. I was so
Wow.
depressed. And this happened on the third day. And
The
I
third day.
looked and it was just so bright. And I said, are you an orb? Are you angelic? And it was. And I felt this relief and this calmness.
Now, is that a window right there?
Yeah,
So
that
it
was
goes.
my
That was.
bathroom. Yeah, I just was like, boom, like
So did the orb actually come up to the window?
it was far away. So I
It
was
was
like,
far
come
away.
closer.
Okay, I get perspective. Yeah.
So here's the coolest thing. I saw the orb tonight outside when
Yeah.
I got home and I said, oh, how did
Yeah.
you know I was going to be home? I felt very happy that it was here with me,
Yeah.
but I didn't see it out the window tonight. And when I call it, it doesn't come. It has its own mind anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, where are you? And then I see the clouds. I'm like, oh, it's way far back. And I think it's
Yeah.
also respectful too, because if I'm showering, I'm trying
Yeah.
to look and it's like not in there because it's
It's
like,
not
okay.
there. Yeah.
Um, that's my encounter.
That is a good encounter. So I think you have a relationship. So the orb, if it's in the sky in the distance, it could be way bigger than one perceives it to be. Correct?
I think it's humongous because I'm on the second floor and it was far, but I saw it so clearly and I wanted it to
Mm-hmm.
come closer, but I could tell it was like, no, we'll scare you. Because the thing
Yeah.
is, I study hermetic knowledge and spirituality. I'm an
Yeah. Yeah.
astrologer,
Yeah.
tarot reader, and I know about these type of angels that,
Mm.
they're light, they're pure bodies of light. And
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
would, if you really saw a true angel, they would scare you
Yeah.
and me too. So I think it's trying not to scare me. It's like you're not ready, just a little longer.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
Well, I
like
don't think it would scare you. I mean, if it's an angel, it'll be a beautiful, a man or a woman angel. And it could be that the orb, if it's really big, there probably are higher vibrational beings of light in that orb. What we call an orb, because that, for lack of any kind of a term, but you felt the energy from it, and the intelligences in that orb. I do believe from your story that you've told, they are communicating with you. You have a relationship.
I do,
You
and I'm
you already
so
know that,
happy.
don't
I'm
you?
so happy. I'm so happy for it. I'm so proud. I'm so happy for it. I feel so good about it, and I think all of
Yeah,
us
you
do
should.
have this, and we
You
should feel
should.
happy about it. because and you have one as well. I mean, like I said, I think there are guardian angels, and I'm talking about the angel that twirls. You know the one. It's called
Okay.
it's like the accurate depiction of an angel has eyes all around it, and it twirls in all these ways. It's a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
circle, and it
Interesting.
rotates.
Yeah.
If anyone knows the name, yeah, it was terrifying. I saw an angel, it was terrifying. There's a saying that beauty makes itself look scary so that bad people don't attract to itself. And then evil makes itself beautiful to trick the world to attracting to itself. So I always say
Interesting.
that. That's why I wear all black usually, and I have black nails and stuff because it's like
Uh,
discernment, you know? And
well, my nails, I don't wear anything. They're just what they are. And I'm just kidding you. No, 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 no.
I
But I
just
am
got
wearing
love tonight. I
something.
guess I'm proud.
Check this. I wear this a lot. This
What's that?
is, I got this. This is made at a place that I get stuff from, and they make these different
Oh,
things, and it has a really beautiful energy about it. It's,
it's gorgeous. I
yeah,
love
I
it.
have a lot of things like that. I mean, I
Wow.
have, I mean, if you saw half of the things I have, I mean, we're transferring this room into art meditation studio,
That's
and
cool.
I have tons of very amped up crystals. Here's one here that you can see right in my hand here. These are
Beautiful.
all very, very active ET crystals. These are very, over the last 20 years, I've got about, all my crystals are activated. I don't show them on the show here too much, but every one of these crystals is activated from a very high vibrational pattern.
I can feel it. I can sense it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what crystals are. Yeah, yeah, and it transcends. I mean, these screens are portals. That's why
Yeah.
we love TikTok because we're no
Yeah.
longer alone, you know? And as a
And we're
chosen
gonna
one,
and we're gonna be here anyway because all these fear-based people that are running for the hills, people ask me, "What do you think's going to happen?" I say, "I'm going to be here on the 19th. I'm going to be here on the 20th, 21st, 22nd." So my whole positive vibration energy is to get people to realize that we are all home together here, and we are collective. Like it's like one big communal family around the world, and there's nothing that's going to ban TikTok. There's nothing that's going to stop my show, which is the most popular UFO spiritual show on this here. I'm here to stay. I'm not running anywhere. I'm not telling people to go anywhere. I'm telling people stay strong, and just live in your light. And that's exactly what we're doing.
yes!
So
Woohoo!
that's what it is. There you
I
go.
love
Well,
that.
you know, I'm very at peace with, if you're not at peace with yourself, you'll never be at peace no matter what social application you're on. But if you're
Amen.
at peace with yourself, there's nowhere you need to go and just be who you are and be where you are.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
Ram Dass wrote a book called Be Here Now.
Mhm.
And if you ever read the book, it's so true. Just the title, Be Here Now. Where else do you want to be except here now?
I love Ram Dass. I had that as a painting I did when I've had a really crazy life. And I remember I moved into this apartment once, no furniture. I was sleeping on an air mattress and I'm an artist. So I got some paper and a marker and I wrote, "Be here now," the Ram Dass quote. I'm super into Buddhism and mindfulness and
Yeah,
breathing, to calm because I'm an intense person and I have intense emotions. I want to use them for good. I don't want to spin out, crash out, and not be useful. So
no.
it's really important, and there's no such thing as being too much. If you're an intense person, you just have to manage it. And
Right. It just means you have a lot of energy. But if you run across a person that walks around and says, "Oh, hello there, Adina. Uh, are you? You're too intense for me. I'm just like ready to. I don't go out very often. I like to just sit and watch The Price is Right in the afternoon, and that is my enlightenment. I watch that all day long. Sometimes I get the price wrong, but if you sit here and watch with me, I can enlighten you about this program, and this will be better than what you're doing right now." I'm just joking, but I'm just doing an impression of a human being that is not where you're at or where my audience is at, and
yes, yes,
but you have to have calmness in your heart in order to be able to transcend all time and space.
I agree. I agree. I'm finding that I wonder in the comments and you as well. If you guys feel like you go between being really calm and at peace and then feeling really like excited, like
Yeah, of
ready,
course.
right? Ready for anything. And then you're just like, everything's okay. I actually don't need to do anything, right?
Yeah, of course.
I don't need to
You're a
do
great
anything.
guest. You know
Thank
what?
you.
But it's about 1:30 almost in the morning.
Oh,
But that's okay. You're my last guest, but you are a great guest.
thank you so
And you can
much.
come on anytime you wish if you have things. I want you to make sure your phone is charged up. And if you do see the orb, get permission to record them. You'll start communicating with the space beings. If they are space beings, I'm getting information for you. They will let you record them once this relationship gets stronger.
Yes, I will do that for
Great.
humanity and for everyone. Mwah. Thank you for having me. Good
Oh,
night.
you've been a pleasure. Good night. All right.
Thank you. It's been
My
fun.
my it's been a lot of fun. You've been a great guest. Man, this is great. I hope I can go to sleep tonight, folks. I am so amped up here. I'm gonna have a problem.
Me
Anyway,
too.
all right, you take care. Have a good one, all
You
right?
too. Thank you. Have a
And
good night.
we're on at 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we're on at 11 o'clock, 8 o'clock West Coast. So if you're on the West Coast, we're on at 11 East Coast, 8 o'clock your time.
Okay, thank you.
And we're on pretty much nightly unless I get sick or I get taken off planet on an Ashtar command ship. But we're usually here.
I just wrote it down. I'll be back.
Okay. Many blessings to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I think it's time for me to call it a night, everybody. You've all been great. I want everybody to follow me. I don't say it much. If you're not following me, please follow me. Thank you for the gift, Sophie. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you, man. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate you too. And again, 8 o'clock West Coast people, 11 o'clock East Coast, and whatever time zone you're in, just make the adjustments. Julie K, thank you. I love the dog. That dog was pretty cool. My cat's sleeping now, which is good. Hey, Cleo, thank you for the gifts, for the heart puffs. I appreciate it. We did 134,200. Thank you. Sweet tea. Good night, everybody. I love you all. And I mean that even if I don't know you, I love you. And I want you all to have a good night and a good Thursday morning, wherever you are. We'll catch you tomorrow night at 11. And who knows what's going to happen tomorrow night. So catch you later. Everyone, be well.